Okay, in this part 2 video for week 6 of process modeling, we will discuss a simple example of the modeling and simulations of ordinary differential equations with initial value problem. In particular, in here we will discuss a plug flow reactor. Okay, let's say we have a cylindrical tube as illustrated in here, where we have the F is the molar flow rate of the chemical, which changes by dF in the small tube section taken as dV. Then the overall equation for the small tube section can be taken as this, and then the F divided by dV will be equal to R. And then the molar flow rate can be related with the velocity. Okay, in most cases, velocity and cross-sectional area of the tube are constant. So we can define it as this, and thus the dV also equal to the A dz. As a result, this will simplify into this U multiplied by dz over dz equal to R. Okay, the problem is called the initial problem because the initial concentration at Z equals 0 is known. Note that in this particular problem, instead of using time, we are using axial distance from the inlet or Z as the independent variable. Okay, the details for these derivations is given in the additional materials which I already upload into the canvas, as you can see in here. Note that the units is very important, so you need to make sure that this df is equal to the units of the r dv, for example. If this cancel L, then we have the same unit on both sides. Likewise for the F, we need to make sure that the unit for the F is equal to the units of U, A, C. Okay, and then note that since we have the velocity and the cross-sectional area constant, then this velocity and the cross-sectional area can be taken out of the derivative terms. Okay, then this A can be cancelled from the left and the hand sides and the right hand sides. Then this U multiplied by dz over dz will be equal to R. Okay, that is the detail for the derivations that we show in the slides. Okay, then carry on into this into the next slide. Now assume that we have a fit that consists of an equimolar amount of A and C, and this reaction occurs. 2A becomes B. Okay, the equations for each component will be defined by these equations in here. And then let's say that the rate of reaction is second order with respect to A. So the rate of the formations of B is defined as K Ca square. So then dCA over dZ can be defined as this, dCB over dZ can be defined as this, and dCC over dZ can be defined as this, because no C is consumed or produced, and C in here has a positive sign in here, so it is produced, and then A in here has a negative sign because it is consumed, and then we have as an initial condition is this, and then also we define the value of the parameters. The detail in the derivations again is shown in the additional materials. Again in here, we see that we need to use a stoichiometry to link this production rate of B with A. Okay, so for every mole B that is produced, then 2 moles of A is consumed. Okay, then in here we show that this just showing the MATLAB comment in here, and then all the definitions for all the parameters in here. Continuing from here, we need to solve it using a MATLAB code. So in solving this one, we define y1 is equal Ca, y2 is equal Cb, and y3 is equal Cc. Y in here is just a particular factor variable that we use in the MATLAB code. Okay, and then we have to evaluate the rate of the reactions besides specifying all the constant, such as the velocity, the rate constant. Okay, so we define the differential equations for the concentrations of A, B, and C in here. okay, which has an input of this VR and then Y. Y in here is a vector consisting of 3 elements, concentrations of A, B, and C. Okay, what essentially this rate 1 M did is this specifying the differential equations for these 3 components A, B, and C. Then we want to test this M file by assuming a specific value for A, B, and C. Then comparing it with the handwritten calculations. Okay, if this is correct, then we're supposed to get the same with the hand calculations value. Okay, the value of the concentrations that you put into these things in here. So if you put A equal to that value, particular value, and then 0 supposed to be equal to 0 because for C in here is always 0 because the C is not consumed or produced during the course of the reaction as it goes through the tube reactor. Okay, the next one will be the code that runs the calculations. So in here, the first we specify the initial conditions. For the concentrations of A is equal to 2. In the inlet, the concentrations of B is equal to 0 and the concentrations of C equal to 2. And then we want to check the profile from 0 from the inlet to the outlet on 2.4 meter from the inlet. Then we use a MATLAB toolbox ODE45. We call the functions. We give the range of the calculations, and then we specify the initial conditions, and then we plot the values of the 3 concentrations, and then put the label and the legend in here. Okay, as we can see in these particular slides, the value of the concentrations of A decreasing, the value of the concentrations of B increasing, and C is not consumed or produced. Okay, the details into this MATLAB code is given in the additional materials. Okay, let's say in here I give an example of the ODE45 for this. In here for the Z1, after we run this code in the MATLAB in here, what you get as a vector of Z is from 0 to 2.4, consisting of 65 elements. Okay, for Y is 3 times 65, whereas the first one is referring to the concentrations of the A at a different locations of Z, and then this second column, okay, this one is actually the first column, this one is the second column, is referring to the concentrations of the B, and then the third column in here is referring to the concentrations of C. So for example, the concentrations of A will be 2 at Z equals 0. Okay, it will be 1.9999 at Z equal 0. Okay, and then that will be 0.2959 at Z equal 2.4. Likewise, the concentration of B will be 0.8521 at Z equal 2.4. Okay, and as we can see in here, for each of this one is correspond to this particular value of Z. This one corresponds to this particular value of Z. Okay, so MATLAB code in here is just processing based on the respective value of the Z. If you understand the logic, then it should be easy for you to use MATLAB. Okay, with this, then I stop my video for this part of the recording. Thank you for listening.